I'm Nohelani Graf, live in Chandler, where the Red for Ed movement has moved to high school and elementary and middle school campuses around the valley. This morning, teachers trying to let their communities know that they deserve higher wages. Where they're walking now is to head into school for the walk-in, where they will link arms and march into their schools. And again, this happening at other schools around the valley. Expect to see a bigger statewide walk-in happen at the same time next week, Wednesday. In the background is his store. He got an alert overnight that there was a break-in, but this was not your average break-in. He says someone used that stolen U-Haul to smash into the back of the building and in 2 minutes managed to get inside that store, clean them out, and then take off. This is a cautionary tale for all drivers as they head out this morning. The rain has been coming down so steady that any groove in the gravel here is starting to pond up. And if that's what it's doing here, imagine what's happening on the roads. And one driver learned the hard way. Hit a pool of water, lost control on the I-10. You can see the grooves in the gravel here as he skidded off the road, then plowed into this tree, actually took out the bottom part of that tree, and then the car ended up on the other side of it here, smashing into a fence, just slid right off the road. The driver is okay. I want to tell you, he's just fine, a little shaken up. So thankful there weren't other cars closer to him, because you can see what happened as he slid right off the road. DPS tells me the other thing that didn't help him out, his tread here is not very deep, so really his wheels were able to spin very easily as he hydroplaned right off the road. There are still a ton of cops out here beyond just the cars that you see parked on the street behind me. We can see the SWAT vehicle. We can see the mobile command crime scene unit as police confirmed to ABC News that the spree of killings that has kept the valley on edge for days has come to a stunning end, and the suspect was not going down without a fight. And it's going to be closed for some time because the vehicular homicide unit is also on scene. But I want to show you something, Nick, because it speaks to the point of this accident. So this is the main intersection at 75th Avenue and Indian School. Police are clearly stationed there. They have now had to bring out bigger, clearer barriers because still just in the time that we've been here, I have watched at least 5 cars try to go around the officers despite their flashing lights, despite their flares, despite all of the crime scene tape. They have still tried to navigate around it, which is what it sounds like, according to witnesses, is similar to what happened in the first place here, and why now we have lost one of our Phoenix police officers, Nick. So the big message overall, when you see those flashing lights anytime, that is why we have a move over law in this state. Slow down. Move over. And there are new developments even at this hour. We have learned that that pedestrian is a woman in extremely critical condition out here at the scene. The mobile command unit has shown up, but now we know that vehicular homicide detectives are also taking part in this investigation. Right across the street, now down this sidewalk, we're getting our first look at that U-Haul truck where it crashed. Busy morning for first responders. Police finally putting up the barricades here on 7th Avenue at Coral Gables because people simply were not listening to the message to turn around. Look at this wash. Why would you ever think that this is something that it would be a good idea to cross? But even as these rapids were flowing and those white caps were popping up, a driver did try to cross, stalled in the middle of the water. The fire department showed up, had to pull them out, a swift water rescue. The driver's fine. Then they towed that car out to the other side of the wash. And now, as the rain has started to back off, the water is starting to recede, but look at what it's leaving behind. So much debris, and so this is something to be mindful of as you continue to drive around, even once this dies down. But for now, this is still not safe to cross, so they're going to keep the barriers up until it is finally safe to pass again. This morning, police are unveiling new details unfolding overnight of an unbelievable crime spree that happened. They say that right now they're looking for a man by the name of Edison Noyola. They say he stole a car from his family's home, said he was going to go get his girlfriend, hurt her, and hurt himself. That led him about a half hour later to the location that we were telling you about at 51st Avenue and Thomas, an apartment complex where he allegedly barged in and shot 2 men. Both of them are now in critical condition. Then he came here to this apartment complex at 27th Avenue and Bethany Home, barged into another apartment, shot another man, and also found his ex-girlfriend and kidnapped her. And now they're on the run, and police are trying to track them down. At last check, he was driving a white Chevy Malibu. They don't know if he's still in that car, but they are looking for him. You're getting a good look at him right now. Edison Noyola, his girlfriend is Andrea Dixon, and police are trying to figure out where they may be, and this is where you come in. They are going to need tips from the community to try and spot that pair and try and rescue that woman who they believe has been kidnapped. I'm Nohelani Graf, live in Phoenix, ABC 15, Arizona.